Hey everybody, before you watch the video, click subscribe. Would you please, pretty please? It would help us at Soul Boom so much. Click subscribe.
One of the superpowers of America is the immigration. Because imagine having such good marketing for your country, America, that the best of every other country wants to come here.
Wants to come here, yeah.
You know, and that's like a superpower. And I know that sounds super wokey, left, whatever, but I just mean that as a fact. Like all the innovation in America, it's all immigrants coming here who had a chip on their shoulder or they had adverse circumstances. So when they come to America, it's like, this is almost like on easy mode, life on easy mode, and they just innovate, you know?
And you talk about, you know, entrepreneurship and innovation, and I do think that that's true in the United States. There is kind of a thing of like, hey, you can change the world, and you can come up with an invention, and you can do anything you set your mind to.
A lot of hubris, but yes,
a lot of arrogance, but and I had a friend from Australia, and he talked about this thing called the tall poppy syndrome.
Yes,
maybe you know this, where in some places in the world, like if you stick out and say, I want to start this business, and I also want to do that. Yes, I trained as a doctor, but they're like, hey, slow down now,
like,
stay in your lane, just like settle down, just do your thing that you were trained for, and don't do anything extra, and sort of the societal pressure to keep to limit, stifle innovation. Did you feel that?
Yeah.
In Australia?
A little bit in Australia, yeah. I mean, that's you just kind of perfectly described it. I mean,
thank you. That's why I have a podcast.
One, in Australia, it's they love people who win without trying. In Australia, you got to win, but you can't look like you tried too hard. So I'm not sure if you remember, I can't remember his name, but there was this Australian winter ice skater, Olympic ice skater. Okay. And he won the Olympic gold medal for speed skating.
Because of the other people fell down?
Everyone else fell down. He was like last. Everyone else fell, and then he won. And that dude was he was like the Australian champion. This dude's like the best. Even Crocodile Dundee. This dude, what was his name again? Paul Hogan?
Paul Hogan, yeah.
Yeah, he was a guy
working on... You call that a knife?
Yeah.
This is a knife.
One of the all-time legendary comedians in Australia, all-time. Not stand-up, but comedic, great comedic force as an actor. Most popular movie of all time, probably Australia.
Handsome dude.
Handsome dude.
Tiny and handsome.
He was just some dude working on a bridge in Sydney. He was hammering the bridge. One day, a newscaster interviewed him about the bridge, and he was just really funny on camera. He was like, "Oh yeah, it's a bridge, we're trying to build it." And they were like, "This guy's so funny. We got to put him in movies." And he was like, "Okay, well, and the whole time he was like, okay, well, I'm not really an actor, but I'll do this movie." And he just kept killing it all the way up. He just kept like not trying and winning. So in Australia, they love that. And in Australia, conversely, if you're like, hey, I want to if
you show your ambition. If you have raw ambition.
They're like, shut the fuck up and get, they hate it.
You can swear on this.
Yeah. they hate it. Whereas in America, it's I think the best way I can show it is the difference in networking. I don't know how you feel, how true this is, so maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like in America, if you meet someone for coffee, let's say I ask you out for coffee, can you please, I need some guidance on this. I would love it. I appreciate so much if you can meet for coffee. We met for coffee. And if in this coffee session, if at the end of it, I don't ask you for anything, like I don't ask you, there's no ask. I just wanted to meet you and get some advice and all that. And I don't ask you for anything concrete. In America, it's almost like, well, why did you fucking ask me to meet up? Like, why are you wasting my time? Like, if you don't want anything from me, what are we doing? Like, what can I do? You want me to write a reference letter for you? Do you want me to email someone?
Okay, all right.
But if you ask me for nothing, it's like, why did you waste my fucking time? Whereas in like Australia and I think fair to say Asia, it's like if we meet up for coffee and I ask you for something like, can you please introduce me to this producer? That's like rude.
That's rude, forward.
Yeah, it's very forward because it's like we don't even know each other. I'm already asking. This is a big ask for you to put your neck on the line for me. But in America, it's like, well, if you don't want me, then you're wasting my time right now. Like, hurry up, let's.
Can you introduce me to Marvel?
Yeah.
The Soul Boom Podcast. Subscribe now on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever else you get your stupid podcasts.